Alright, so PAX 2024. We're at the beginning right here. It's my homegirl Dede, dressed as Cherry, looking good. Okay, oh, this is gonna be great, yo.
Found tears on your pillow, take my loan away.
Yup, PAX 2024, 20-year anniversary, started back in 04. How did it fare? Cons aren't the same anymore because of the, pandemic, and now the big three, they mainly do live events on YouTube, on their websites, promoting games. Nintendo was there though, but they were there at a smaller capacity. They had some Pokemon Play area. I didn't end up going in. As far as other Nintendo games were being talked about, I think the big thing was Pokemon. It is what it is. Yo, it's your man Tech Dish, aka Gene from Cappsoffgaming, and I'm here to wrap up PAX East 2024 with my top 3 moments of PAX East. I figured I would go with 3 because there were 3 things that were unexpected, but then yet I caught so much fail. So without further ado, I don't want to belabor the point, let's get into it. But before you go, be sure you like, sub, comment, and share. All right, and let's get into it. My first moment at PAX East this year was a really unexpected one. My partner Dede and I, we just got to the con, and then we were kind of just making our way through the floor, and there was like a big area where we were at, and then a gentleman came up to us and was like, "Would you want a dollar kitten?" All right, and then I was looking at Dede and I was like, we already have a cat at home. But lo and behold, it was a little dollar kitten. He opened up a book and showed us these little dollar kittens and gave me and Dede one. And this individual, he does this at every con. I didn't see him last year, probably because the day that we went it was really crowded. It's just so dope in general when you go to one of these conventions, whether it's this video game one, we going to an anime one really soon, but how people are so kind and just so warm-hearted, and that just caught me like right in the feels. Alright, number 2, and this is a big one. Last year, myself, Retro Rob, we were at PAX, and we ran into a booth. Booth is called VGNY, or Video Games New York. And they're a small publishing company, almost similar to Limited Runs, where they take digital games and they make them physical. But I think the difference between Limited Runs is that they pick games that I haven't even heard of, and I think they really truly are indie games. They're developed by 1, 2, maybe 3 people on the team, and a lot of them are just passion projects. VGNY, what they do is that they end up putting it on physical so that other people can play it. And last year I copped a really cool game called Okinawa Rush. It's on all systems. And then there was a couple other games that I saw, but I didn't pull the trigger because I was like, I'm spending too much bread. But this year, I pulled the trigger, yo. I pulled the trigger hard and copped a couple of stuff, especially one game that's called Earth Atlantis. Oh my goodness. It's developed by one person, and it's all his hand-drawn sketches from when he was an architect. So I mean, passion projects, yo. I mean, amazing. And I think this is the direction now, what I'm seeing that's happening with PAX. There's a lot of indie developers that was showing off games. I think that was correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, that was the purpose of PAX at first. It was about indie developers and the games that they were putting out there. So, yeah, yo, really happy I ran into that company again, copied a couple of games, and I got the information so I can keep on the hunt. All right. All right, my final one was a surprise. It was a big surprise. So, if you don't know, I was at Torgs last year. I was invited on a panel along with a couple of guys that we do a podcast called the Retro Roundtable. Johnny Graphic, Retro Rob, Dr. Scott from Game Closet. On a panel talking about physical games versus digital, all right? If you want to hear about that, you can go check that out in the link above. I did meet some other people that I do watch their YouTube channels. I gotta say this, right? Like, I'm a YouTuber, I am not big, and I know bigger YouTubers, but one thing I really appreciate, and this is why I'm mentioning it, is that regardless of how many views or whatnot that we have and everything, like, we're still humble people. And lo and behold, that day of PAX when I was going, I get a message from Gamer Ahmer on Messenger, and she's in Boston. She ended up winning a ticket from another YouTuber for a dayer, and she was here, and she asked me if I was here too as well, because I mean, unfortunately, she had not so cool experience on the first day of PAX, but I was really happy to see her and to have like a familiar face, like something to smile at, because I'm pretty funny. But besides that, just a friendly face to kind of like, you know, smooth out all that nonsense that happened when she first got here. But I gotta say that's one of my highlights, because, you know, I mean, Game Aim is pretty big. Like, not even pretty big, is big. She was on Good Morning America talking about her game room, and also she's collabed with several people like throughout the gaming community. But for her to call me and then check in on me and actually ask me about spots to possibly go to, it was a great honor. Get this. Oh, that's fire. Hey, this looks pretty cool. It's like it's a Punch-Out with a story. I like that. It's at the Retroware booth. A couple of my favorites are here. Angry Video Game Nerd. So good, but yet so hard. And I'm actually gonna try to get this game over here. Let me get it over his head. Is Prison City. This plays like an old school game I had called Shatterhand, but it's really dope. If you look at it right there, you can see a little bit of it. I'm actually gonna see if I can get some of it in there. That looks so good. What the?
Yeah.
Is this a new Power Glove, sir?
What it does is that it helps you warm up better when you're playing a game.
Okay.
And also like it helps you achieve your peak performance much faster.
Okay.
It helps you hold it for longer.
So this is like a heating compressing glove, and what it does, it warms up your muscles quicker so that you can game better and longer. This is good for, like, I think, like if you're like a pro gamer. But I guess this is 2024's version of the Power Glove.
I love the Power Glove. It's so bad.
Again, I gotta big up this place right here, yo. Okay, this place is amazing. I gotta say it one more time how amazing this place is. This is where you're gonna get the games you haven't seen in a while. Okay, Killer Clowns. Killer Clowns. This game's coming out. It's supposed to be like a multiplayer, and you can play as the survivors and the clowns too. Remember that movie back in the day? You can still watch it. I think it's free on YouTube. Yo, I have a very large head. I just realized that. This is the man Technics, aka Gene, Cappsoffgaming, and Dede. All right, she's dressed up as Cherry. We're kind of wrapping up, but we just want to talk about our favorite moments so far. What was one of your favorites on Dede?
I like the Garbage Pail Kids.
Garbage Pail Kids.
It was a retro game.
Yeah, so there's a Garbage Pail Kids game, and it's like totally 8-bit, like Nintendo old school, the gray box. It's amazing, yo. Like,
By any developer.
yeah, indie developers. They use the Topps original cards, which is really cool. So we got to play it. Actually, I bought it. And many more games, right? But we're gonna play it eventually. But yeah, that was a really good game.
What's your highlight?
My highlight is finding the Switch booth that I got last year. So there was a game I got called Okinawa Rush. Ill Switch game. I mean, it's on other systems, but I was just collecting for the Switch. Ill game, and then finally I got them back. So I got 4 games because I'm about to go get another one, right? maybe even 5. Like, we don't even know. And then that's basically. I'm getting too excited. It's an indie booth that pretty much does what games, make physical copies of games that pretty much would have gone out of print. And they're almost like limited runs, but I think they're a little bit better because limited runs deals with like really like I think really popular games like cult games, because they did like Sewer Shark, Plumbers Don't Wear Ties. Those games aren't necessarily good, but they have a cult following. But this other booth that we went to, like, they just have games like I've never seen before. Like I've never seen these games before. Like the Japanese PC games from the 2000s and stuff like that. So that's my biggest highlight for far. Yeah, yo. So far so good. Good vibe. Good vibe. Yep. I think one of the things we really like when we go to cons is that everyone has manners.
In the Boston con.
Yeah, New York wasn't that good. Yeah, yo, check y'all on the flip, yo.